Today we have Comrade Franklin Edede, aka Sanchez, as his friends call him. He is the Public Relations Officer
of National Council of Nigeria.
Of National Council of Nigerian
National
Youth.
Youth Council of Nigeria.
National Youth
Council of Nigeria.
Council of Nigeria. Interesting. Thank you, sir, for having us today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes. Today we are going to be talking about Nigerian youth in particular. And as the Public Relations Officer, what can you tell us? What is the assessment of Nigerian youth today?
That question is interesting. You see, Nigerian youths form the bulk of Nigerian populace. You know, we are more than 70% of Nigerian population, but I think we don't have anything to show for it.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, as a media practitioner and as a staunch youth activist and youth leader in Nigeria, I believe that we've not really had it rosy in this country as long as the youth business is concerned. You know, Nigeria is a place where youths are seen or taken for granted. That whatever people do, youths are being relegated to the background and they are not taken seriously. Issues bordering on future are not meant to affect them. The issues bordering on whatever their welfare, you know, they are not meant to be part of. You know, our generation, in fact, is a wasted generation because we have not been made to be part of our generation.
What is the reason behind that?
Because we, as a people, as a generation, life is a transitory, and we have not been made to be part of our own generation, to at least to contribute to the development, whether good or bad, of what borders on us. You can see that the proper, you know, evidence or the proper reference is this past immediate this just concluded constitution amendment review, you know, that was taken to the grassroots. You know, you see that many people, everybody played prominent role, but youths were not meant to contribute. You know, this thing is done. The business is not just for those people who are in their prime ages, from 60, 70, 80, and what have you. This is supposed to be the sole business of Nigerian youths that the future borders on. That you talk about the next 10 years, it is for us. You talk about next 20 years, it's for us. Talk about next 30 years, it's for us. But those people who, I'm sorry to say that, let me not be, you know, this thing, I feel no leader today that is up to 60, 70 years that will be proud to say he's going to stay till the next 30 years. You know, the future belongs to us. Let me be more, I am trying to be modest, you know, because I am not trying to wish anybody death. But what I'm trying to say is what nature gives. You know, I am 35 today, and somebody is 70 years, he's still acting as a youth leader. Somebody is 70 years.
So are you saying that someone at the age of 70 is a youth leader?
Yes, that is. It is seen everywhere. You know, I'm not supposed to tell you. I think even in my party, the PDP, we have somebody of 60-something years who is still acting as a youth leader.
Is there any policy, you know, that has been put in place to prohibit someone of such age to be a youth leader?
Yes, even in the United Nations Charter of Youth Acts, I think, so to say, you know, prohibit somebody who is below 40 to continue to parade above 40. Sorry, to say I am a youth leader.
Okay.
You can be a youth leader at heart. You can be a youth at heart, but not just a youth in by action or by by involvement. Let me put it like that, because if we are not allowed to take our destiny in our hands, I mean, I wonder who does for us. Because this thing we are talking about is that at our ages now, the likes of Gowon had gotten to the peak of their career. You know, Ojukwu before at 29-30 was a governor general. Gowon was a president of a country. You know, you check those people about Macaulay, Madubelo, all those people. They got to where they wanted to get to at a very youthful age. You know, when they got to that place, you need youthful exuberance to impact on the society. And if you don't learn, how do you impact? we have not been given opportunity to even be part of the leadership of the country.
So, what is the solution to this problem?
The solution to this, I'm sorry to say that, is these people should be wished away. These people should leave the scene. These people should make us at least have a contributory, opportunity, towards the governance, leadership, and the societal, arrangement that we find ourselves. And if we don't contribute today, when am I going to be a governor? When am I going to be a commissioner? When am I going to be a local government chairman? Is it when I get to 50 years? I'm a graduate. I have about 2 different degrees. I am a professional. I have served as SA to the Minister of Foreign Affairs 1 as a media aide. And, these things, and at that time they wouldn't even give you opportunity. They would still be looking at you as a small boy.
But who is depriving Nigerian youth their opportunity? How can Nigerian youth take their rightful place? Because are they begging for it?
No. If you say we are not begging, because it is the poverty in the land. Because a hungry person can never think well. Because you need a siren, you need a very convenient environment to reason very well. Most of us who took the bull by the horn are just where we are today by the special grace of God, because we never waited for anybody. And even when you try to strive to get to a different level, those people will be oppressing you. They wouldn't want to come, because they think if you come, they will know there will be no more. And if we continue like that, they are aging. They are leaving the scene without grooming us.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but don't you think that when it comes to other fields like entertainment, the Nigerian youths are doing well? Is it only on the political side that Nigerian youths are marginalized?
Yes, because you can't talk about society without governance, without leadership, without politics. Because these are people who probably they try to fend for themselves. They could not see. They had to. They lean on that area. Because everybody must not be in the entertainment industry. Everybody must not be a journalist. Everybody must not. We need to be in the policy making arena, where most of us will be governors, where most of us will be legislators, most of us will be in the federal parastatals, most of us will be in the federal executive council, at least to be able to contribute our quota. Because whether we like it or not, there is a difference between old age and young age. You understand? So you can't tell me that somebody like Tony Anine is still the chairman of BOT at 80 years, PDP. You look at people like Gowon. They are still in charge. These are people before we were born. They had made their impact. They had contributed all they could. So why don't they leave the scene to pave way for younger ones like us to come at least and be very, very confident and comfortable in this society? Because we are not comfortable. And that is why you see crime on the increase. Every day you see they say they kill this person. And me, I don't subscribe to killing Nigerian youths, because these people, Nigerian youths, are suffering on the dangerous side of the whole situation, because we are the grass. Because these people, when they fight, the whole thing falls back on us. And when we react, they say we are kidnappers.
So now the body that you're representing, you say is the National Youth
Council of Nigeria.
Yeah, what are they doing for Nigerian youth?
Yeah, that is the apex youth body in Nigeria. And I think the problem over the years, since 1964 it was founded, it's just that because of the mediocrity that surrounds the corridors of the leadership of National Council of Nigeria, you find that those who are not charismatic, those who do not have anything to offer, those who are not exposed, those who are very shrewd in behavior and exposure and the disposition, man the affairs of the National Council. But that's why for some time now, people like us, we launched our prominence into the mainstream of the leadership of National Council of Nigeria. We are beginning to experience certain level of positive changes, and I think before we clock 50 years by next year, the National Council, I think God will help us see what we'll be able to do to salvage the youth of this country.
Now, the National Youth Council, are they working with the presidency?
Yes, because it is due to the Act of Parliament that established National Council of Nigeria. The president, or the presidency, so to say, is the grand patron. So it goes down to the state, where the governor is seen as the grand patron in the state, at the state level, the local government level, the local government chairman is the grand. But what we see today is a total charade. Everything is in disarray. Everything is in shambles. Everything is in this organization. Nobody, you cannot, you just Nigerian youth. Everything has been politicized. Nobody, if you don't sing praises for a particular leadership, nobody will listen to you. Like I am from Imo State, where the governor does not give a damn about the youth. I am being personal now. I'm being particular now.
Are you a PDP member?
Yes, by the grace of God, I'm a PDP member.
So can we say that you're speaking from a PDP point of view?
No, not yes. I can speak from a PDP point of view because I still see PDP as the most liberal political party in the whole of Africa. The political party that will give you room for freedom of expression, that freedom of speech, that anybody can insult the president and the president will take it in good faith. That Mr. President does not even assassinate anybody. If it were other parties like where I come from, there is insecurity in the state because it is not PDP.
Okay, let us maintain on the issues of the youth. Yeah. You know, for those youths out there who are not doing anything, there are many of them who are not
creative. Okay. Let's use the word who are not creative because I wonder what Nigerian youth will be doing outside being employed. You understand? Because if you are not creative like us, the next thing is you take to crime. We are just being saved by the grace of God because most of us who saw before us a very blissful tomorrow, that if we try to manage ourselves irrespective of what we pass through, that tomorrow will be more, more accommodating, more comfortable and more decent for us.
So are you optimistic for the Nigerian youth?
Yes, I am very, very optimistic. I have never been pessimistic because I know Nigeria is a very fertile land, that if you know your onions, the sky definitely becomes your limit. And you wouldn't have anything to regret. Just that those who have been in power since 30, 40 years have refused to leave the corridors of power. And that is the problem we're having today.
Your final word, sir?
Yes, my final word is that I thank Nigerian youth for the opportunity they have given people like us to serve them, to represent them, and to speak for them. And I would want to, on behalf of Nigerian youth, like we have the crisis in Nigeria, National Youth now. Like we have 4 factions in National Youth Council now, where this one will come out and say he's the president, this one will come out and say he's the president, and nobody, the government of the day is not helping matters. Because if I am the president of this country, what I would have done would have been to call all-encompassing youth meeting where I will, advise or direct, not even order, that election more acceptable, encompassing, and free, fair, and credible election be held. That will be acceptable by all and sundry. But we will leave that to fate because we know the future is our own, and if we don't do anything today to swear, I think our generation will be a disappointment. But God forbid, because we have started well, and I think we'll end well. Nigeria is a good country. Nigeria is a better country. Nigeria is a country that has a more lenient, more more accessible youth. That our youths are very, very reasonable and civil. We don't have youths like we have in Egypt, we have in other parts of Africa, where anybody could wake up one day, irrespective of the hunger in the land. We are still okay. We are still managing the event, and we are still we are praying to God that one day God will see us through in this country.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Thank you very much.